You read that it fell. Ignore my glitter packaging. I come packing crafting.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on SewStitchHex. I'm Macadamia, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Volume 1 of Kimi ni Todoke. I did try to do it the other day, and I didn't like it because Kimi ni Todoke has got to be one of my favorite manga, at least recently. It is super cute. It's written by Karuho Shiina. And it is super cute, means From Me to You. There's a live action, which is honestly cringe, and I love it. It is terrible. They say, like every 50 seconds. There is a whole conversation where the only thing Sawako says is, and you're just like, please, say something. Literally anything. Say no. Say yes. Say okay. Just stop with a, Like, it's not even a, or, It's not, it's just, well, please. But it's also a anime, and the anime is pretty accurate, at least in my opinion. I find it to be pretty accurate. I'm sure someone else finds problems with it, but I think it's really good. And the anime has just the best music, and visually it's perfect. So I've been on this major trope lately with the quiet, unpopular kid with the popular, more extroverted kid, and that's been my vibe lately. That's the relationship I've been vibing. You saw it with Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and then I have a couple other ones that have been like that. That's just the first one that came to mind. I'm not going to be here all day. But, so this is absolutely fabulous. To read the back, it says, Sawako Kiranuma is the perfect heroine for a horror movie. With striking similarities to a haunting movie character, jet black hair, sinister smile, and silent demeanor, she's mistakenly called Sadako by those around her, but behind her scary facade is a very misunderstood teenager. Too shy to fit in, all she wants to do is make some friends, but when the most popular boy in class befriends her, she's sure to make more than just that. She's about to make some enemies, too. Can love trump a cursed life? So Sawako Kiranuma, her nickname in the school is Sadako, which is, for those in the U.S. who don't get into Japanese horror that much, I mean, more than the American versions. In the American Ring from the Ringu series, it would be Sumara, which is Sadako, or the spooky girl out of the well. I do plan on doing a couple reviews on the Ringu series because I did get it. I also really want to do Sadako-san and Sadako-chan and Sadako at the End of the World. Like, it's just a couple cute little manga I've been meaning to do. I just have been swamped. But once I get there, I will get there. Love her. Fabulous. So, Sawako is actually such a sweet girl. She's very kind. She's very forgiving. And she doesn't even react that poorly to being it's point blank. She's being bullied. Let's be real. I mean, it's not as intense of bullying as you see in other anime or manga, like, I don't know, in like the real life story of the Glory. I read a lot of really bad bullying cases lately, so I don't remember. It's nowhere near as bad as something like that or in Maha Shoujo Site, but it's still bullying. She shows up, and a rumor was started that Sawako is actually Sadako, and that she has these supernatural abilities, that she's a medium, that she's going to curse you. If you look into her eyes 3 times in one day, you'll be cursed. And the teacher ends up having her do school work, or do some cleaning and organizing around the classroom during summer break, and ends up coming back to school super sick. And everyone is petrified that they're going to get sick if they sit next to her. So in like the second story in this volume, everyone doesn't want to sit next to her. Like, no one wants to sit near her because they're afraid that they're going to get, like, one kid who sat near her ended up getting a broken leg. Someone else said something kind of mean to her when they had a big outdoor event and they got sick. Someone else, there are all these different problems, and they're all blaming her, saying, oh, well, it must be because she's put a curse on them. When really, she's just super sweet girl. And as the story evolves, they are pushing towards making her more accepted, which is what happens all because she became friends with the main hero of the story, Kazehaya-kun. And Kazehaya is super nice. He is like the epitome of sweet. The thing with him is he's like the popular kid, but he is friends with everyone, and he especially kind of seeks out people that don't have friends, and he ends up being friends with them. And then once they get kind of friends, he's still friends with them, but like he just moves around. He's one of those people, he's not stuck into one group. Like, he does have one group, of course. I mean, everyone has like those people that they are always clinging to, but he does drift around a little bit because he's just nice to everyone. He's just a nice guy. He's not looking to get anything out of it. He just wants to be kind. And he is such a wonderful young man. I love him. Like, he is so precious. Absolute favorite. And that's actually how our story starts. So he vaguely met her when he asked for directions, and she told him where to go for their high school. But in the first story, they decided to do a test of courage as they're going into this year. And the test of courage involves them all going out to this, like, woodsy park area and doing, like, it's kind of like a haunted trail scavenger hunt kind of thing, where basically you're going out and there's a ghost, which nobody knew except for our two main girlfriends, Yano and Chizu, or Yoshida, but Chizu. They're the only ones who kind of knew, because at first Sawako didn't want to go because everyone was whispering at how if she comes, maybe the real ghost will show up. So of course she's still feeling kind of bullied, kind of pressured, kind of scared. She doesn't want anyone to have a bad time. And that's the thing about her. Like, she's still not upset about this, quite frankly, blatant bullying. I mean, it's bullying, the way they treat her and the way they act around her. It's milder than other cases, but it's still bullying. She does get talked into going and doesn't tell anyone. So she shows up wearing a cute white dress, and she looks super cute, even though she's definitely got the Sadako vibes. I'm loving it. It's such a mood. And so she shows up, scares everyone. Everyone has a blast. And the only person who kind of didn't complete it, technically, was Kazehaya-kun, because when he goes, because there was an uneven number of people, he had to be by himself for this little walk. And he ends up seeing her, and then done. He's just going to flirt for the rest of the evening, basically. And that's what they do. And after that, she just kind of gets introduced to the group. Now, this was the last thing before they broke for summer break. And when the class meets just before they leave, there's a misunderstanding that maybe he's vibing with her, trying to ask her out or something, and she doesn't want there to be a misunderstanding because, like I've mentioned, she's very kind. She doesn't want anyone to have a bad time. She doesn't want someone to be embarrassed on her part. She doesn't want someone to feel left out or bullied or have their reputation harmed in any way by her. So she shows up and she's like, Kazehaya-kun's reputation, it's all a misunderstanding. And everyone's dead silent, like, it speaks. Like, that's how they responded. He's like, yes, I was with Kazehaya-kun yesterday, but it was nothing special. And she's thinking to herself, I know how to clear misunderstandings now. As everyone knows, Kazehaya-kun is friendly to everyone. And they're all whispering. And she's like, but Kazehaya-kun taught me how to clear misunderstandings. It's true. I was attracted to Kazehaya-kun's kindness, his pleasantness, his cheerfulness, his honesty. So in that way, you aren't mistaken. Excuse me. And they're like, did we overdo it? They're like, what the heck? She's like, I don't think I did it wrong. I'm sure I was able to clear up any misunderstanding. Nothing I said was a lie. I only spoke the truth. I'm sure I was able to protect Kazehaya-kun's reputation. Okay, so the way she sounded, she made it sound, this is just how she said, like, she has lots of misunderstandings, which is a big theme in this series. It's just misunderstandings. The amount of rumors and hearsay that's spread out, that's another reason why I love this story. Is because I deal with that a lot, because I don't know if it's because I'm not very well in social situations. Like, I'm very socially awkward. I didn't get the right amount of social interactions when I was younger, and even now I'm not very good at it. I'd rather just sit in a room completely silent with you on my phone. Like, that's a vibe. I don't need to talk to you because I'm probably going to fuck something up and hurt someone's feelings, quite frankly. And I won't mean to. And that's what happens here. Talking about Kazahaya-kun, she's like, he's very pleasant. He's the most pleasant. He's the pleasantest. And he's like, he's the most patient man. Bless him. Bless him. She's like, how am I supposed to take that? And she's like, a compliment. And he's like, all right then. I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you. And everyone is so, like, her and the girl that she was randomly talking to, so embarrassed. Dead. And even watching, like, if you watch the anime, you feel more embarrassed. There are some parts in the book that I about closed it and walked away. I needed a break. I needed to break because the amount of secondhand embarrassment actively killed me. But that was just so funny. It was such a low, like, level, stressful kind of anxiety moment. It was so cute. But she has all these misunderstandings that happen all the time. In the book here, like, she mentions how she is attracted to his pleasantness, to his kindness, to his honesty, to his friendliness. She's like, I have a lot of respect for you. She's not saying I'm attracted to you like hubba hubba or bow chicka brown cow, but more so that she just likes him. She doesn't understand the idea of a romantic relationship because she doesn't even have friends. Like, she's got to start baby steps. Baby steps. Let's make some acquaintances. Maybe make some okay friends, some good friends, some besties. Besties for the resties. Ride or die bitches. Like, we have to start somewhere. And Kazahaya-kun's like her first friend. And so he's blushing because I think he just has a vibe for this super cute girl that's super quiet, and she's really kind, and she just needs all the help she can get, frankly. And so they go, and he continues to push for her to make friends by encouraging her to talk to more people, meeting up with her when he knows she's on her way to do more work in the classroom during summer break. And in the second story, they're moving desk around, and no one wants to sit beside her because they're afraid they're going to be cursed or something, right? So he straight up picks his desk up and is like, whoever has this number, switch with me. Because the teacher was sick because, quote unquote, he made her do all that busy work. That's not why he's sick. He's probably sick because it was summer break. He probably wasn't taking care of himself because you get off your rhythm and, that's what happens. But they're superstitious for some reason. He tells them straight up, like, 19 is right beside her. Whoever's got 19, switch with me. I'm sitting right there. And then Yano and Chizu, they show up and they sit right there beside her. And then their other friend, he shows up and he's like, I'm going to sit right here because I want to. Kazuha's right here. But also, it's the last seat in the row right by the window. And I like to nap. So the teacher's not there, so they're just like, okay, we get to pick it's supposed to be based off a lottery-style drawing of numbers, and instead they're just like, this is our seat. Yeah. And it just felt so extra. It was extra, but it felt so much more extra. Like, they just felt so sassy when they did it, because she's like, crumpled up the paper, throws it down, and Yano's a boss babe. I can't wait until, I think it's volume 2, might be volume 3, but she is such a boss babe. Oh, bless. Well, and there they end up sitting all around her, and then she's so happy because she has friends. Because Hayakun pushes our main gal, Sawako, to talk to people, to not be afraid. And she's not that great at talking to people. Like, at one point she's sitting in the room and she just has what they think is super resting bitch face, but she just looks so, like, out of it. So they're afraid to go in, but Kazahaya-kun's like, hey, you don't gotta just stand out here, like, just go on in. And they do, and she's like, hey, come on over. And they're like, oh, you're really nice. We thought you were kind of a bitch, but whatever. And so then they're talking to people. And it makes her just so sweet, and she actually smiles, which she struggles to do. She normally smiles, and it's kind of like a creepy, like, mwah, kind of a smile. Not on purpose. That's just her vibe. But there are moments when she's just filled with such pure happiness that she just gets this, like, shoujo manga girl smile. That's just like, and it's the one that makes the boy's heart go doke doke. And it's just so cute. Yeah. Same thing here. She pushes forward to talk to people like Yano and Chizu. And so now she's got like a whole group of friends. She's got these two girls. She's got Kazehaya-kun always with her. And that makes people really nervous because Kazehaya-kun was the most popular guy. So, of course, everyone wants him, but nobody's gone after him. And there's a reason for that, but that's in another volume. Well, and here we start having some cute stuff happen between them that makes it obvious that he's definitely vibing. One, every time he talks to her, he has like a blush breakdown and has to sit down and is like, oh, look at me. And I'm like, okay, hold back your nosebleed, buddy. Come on now. Grow up. Calm down. Like, there's no reason to worry here. But then he also, when he was walking, one of the days that happens in the third story in this volume is it was raining terribly, and she ends up giving her umbrella to a puppy. Even though dogs and children are terrified of her, it's because of the spooky vibe she has. Like Sadako up here. Hello Kitty Sadako, but Sadako nonetheless. And so she ends up being soaking wet, and he gives her his towel, and it was kind of cute, but like in an extra way, because he's like, I had to use it too, because I got wet on the way here. And it's just like, you're sharing towels? She's gonna smell like you. Which ends up being a thing kind of later too, so it's just like, but, so that happens, and Chizu and Yano, they help her out, helping her get change of clothes so she's not soaking wet. And then Sawako and Kazehaya-kun go on a walk to go see the puppy, and he's like, I'm gonna keep him. And he's like, me and you are the only two people who know about it. It'll be our secret. It's like we have something that's just ours. No one else shares in it but us. And she's like, okay. But she doesn't get the vibe. He totally gets it, like, we have a thing. And she's just like, oh, yay, I get time with him where the smiles are mine. That's so cute. But it's not romantic. It's just like bestie. And it's so adorable. And then they push forward, and then there starts to be these, like, bad rumors. And it ends on the cliffhanger of the rumors. So the rumors are like, they're like, really? What? Oh, would she look like that? I thought she seemed pretty normal. Yeah. What, really? Yeah, she's an ex-gang member and was in juvie. Yoshida's the girl with narrow brows. Yeah, that's her. What? That's so scary. What? And the other one? Yano, she's always with Yoshida. She likes guys. She's gone out with like 100 guys. Oh, really? Who said that? Who was it? And they walk up and they're like, yeah, who was it? Tell me who everyone is. Tell me who started it. Sadako. And they're just like, and like it just cuts to this really cute, them kind of talking, and I don't know that she knows that they're flirting, but they're totes flirting. And so Yano and Chizu are like, what? No way. And the next volume is when they'll confront him about it. But in this one, it's just all cuteness of cute little Mari-chan, little pupper. I don't know if I covered that up all the way. There we go. And just them being like a total vibe. Like they're so cute, and they don't even, well, he knows what he's about, but she has no idea. She's gone. And so she's just like, oh, why's my heart beating so fast? And he's like, by the way, I haven't come up with a name yet. Oh, I hope you think of a good name soon. So, Kiranuma, can you come up with a name for it? Huh? Please? And she's like, And then they get like a really weird name come up. It was Pedro Martinez, and it was just because Penn, which was a guy that coaches a softball for the high school, but also is good buddies with Kazehaya-kun, even though he's like a teacher, obviously. He comes up to be like the sub because, of course, he's got like, he likes to come and harass Kazehaya-kun, so of course he walks up and is like harassing them just to be there, but that's him. Yeah, so the whole story is just them kind of vibing, and it's just her kind of almost fangirling for everyone that she's a friend with, and even people she's not really friends with, because to her she has to have that confirmation to their buddies, which same, but she's just sitting there fangirling over everyone. Like, she fangirls over Yano and Chizu, and if they walk up and, like, they confront her about the rumors, they're like, did you know she had one with 100 guys in middle school? And she's like, oh, wow, that's impressive. Because she's like, well, they're proud of it. I'm proud, too. Good for you. She, like, doesn't get in. They're just like, you are so innocent and pure. Like, I know you didn't start this. Same thing happens with Kazuhiro-kun, which makes him blush and super embarrassed because he's kind of really starting to like her. As just volume 1, he's already crushing hard. But she's like, even girls from other classes come to see Kazuhiro-kun. I knew he was really popular, but I didn't know he was that popular. And she's like, I'm so impressed. And they're like, the prince is so busy. The prince was very busy talking about him. Like, he's so amazing. He really is the opposite of me. And it's just, like, super funny. Because obviously, it's a romance. It's kind of super cute. It's rated T for teen. But it's not very teen-ish. It's very pre-teen-ish, like, in the style. I wouldn't say it's very violent or anything. But the characters don't realize how hard they're crushing. And it's just so cute because you get to watch it develop and watch someone who's basically ground zero, doesn't even have romantic feelings because they've never had them. So they have to develop an idea of what they are. And it's just very cute and it's pleasant. It's absolutely one of my favorites. So I highly recommend Kimi ni Todoke. If you can find it, I will be doing the rest of the series one at a time as I get to it. And so, yeah. If you've read it, please let me know what you think below. If you want to read it, I'll put a link down below if I can find one. If you've watched it or you intend to watch it, please let me know what you're interested in. If you have watched it, tell me what you thought. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Macadamia, and I hope you have a wicked evening. Bye!